Welcome to Criminal Chronicles, the channel where we uncover the darkest, most disturbing true crime cases that continue to haunt the world. Today's case is not just about murder. It is about fear, silence, and a mystery that lived in the shadows for more than a decade. A case that turned quiet beaches into crime scenes and raised terrifying questions about how a killer could remain hidden in plain sight for so long. This is the story of the Long Island serial killer. For years, the southern coast of Long Island appeared peaceful. Wide beaches, tall grass, and empty stretches of road created the image of calm isolation. But beneath that calm surface, something horrifying was waiting to be discovered. In 2010, the search for a missing woman led police to a discovery that would shock the United States. Human remains were found along Ocean Parkway, hidden in thick brush just steps away from a busy road used daily by thousands of drivers. What began as a missing persons search quickly turned into one of the most disturbing serial killer investigations in American history. As police expanded their search, they uncovered more remains, not just one victim, but several. Some were found wrapped in burlap sacks. Others were scattered across different locations along the same stretch of coastline. Investigators soon realized they were not dealing with a single crime, but a pattern that suggested a serial killer had been operating undetected for years. Many of the victims were young women who had worked as escorts. This detail became central to the case. Investigators believed the killer used online ads and phone calls to contact his victims, arranging meetings that would end in murder. This made the investigation incredibly complex. The victims came from different backgrounds, different states, and often had limited contact with family or friends, making it harder to track their movements. The killer appeared to be methodical. Evidence suggested careful planning, controlled behavior, and an understanding of how to avoid detection. Phones linked to the victims were used after their deaths to taunt family members. These calls were brief, chilling, and impossible to trace at the time. Each call deepened the fear that the killer was watching, waiting, and confident he would never be caught. As the years passed, the number of potential victims linked to the case grew. Some remains dated back to the 1990s. Others were from the 2000s. This suggested that the killer, or killers, may have been active for decades. Investigators debated whether one person was responsible or if multiple killers had used the same dumping grounds. The uncertainty only added to the terror. Public pressure mounted. Families demanded answers. Media coverage intensified. Yet despite the attention, the case seemed frozen in time. Leads went nowhere. Evidence stalled. Trust in the investigation weakened, especially as internal issues within local law enforcement came to light. The case became as much about institutional failure as it was about a hidden predator. For more than 10 years, the Long Island serial killer remained unidentified. The mystery became legendary. Online communities analyzed maps, timelines, and victim profiles. Documentaries and podcasts kept the story alive. But for the families of the victims, there was no entertainment value, only grief and unanswered questions. Then, years later, everything changed. A suspect was arrested, shaking the case awake after more than a decade of silence. Authorities announced that a man had been charged in connection with several of the murders. The arrest sent shockwaves through the country. For the first time, there was a face, a name, and a possibility that justice might finally be served. Investigators revealed that new technology, updated DNA analysis, and cell phone data played a key role in the arrest. Details emerged suggesting that the suspect had lived a seemingly normal life while allegedly hiding a dark and violent secret. The contrast between public appearance and alleged private actions stunned many who followed the case. However, the story did not end with the arrest. Many questions remain unanswered. Not all victims have been officially linked. Not all timelines align perfectly, and the possibility that more than one killer was involved has not been fully ruled out. For families still waiting for closure, justice feels close but not complete. The Long Island serial killer case stands as a reminder of how vulnerable people can be ignored, how crimes can hide in plain sight, and how time does not erase responsibility. It is a case built on silence, broken by discovery, and still unfolding in real time. This is not just a story of murder. It is a story of voices that were almost forgotten, of fear that lasted for years, and of a mystery that refused to stay buried. As investigations continue and courtrooms seek answers, one truth remains clear. The shadows along Long Island's coast will never feel the same again. And this case reminds us that sometimes the most terrifying monsters are not hiding in darkness, they are walking among us, unnoticed, until the truth finally catches up. Thank you for watching Criminal Chronicles. If you want more deep, factual, and chilling true crime stories, stay with us. The truth is out there, and we will keep uncovering it.